Hi kiddos! Okay, today's lesson is DIY, do-it-yourself organic fertilizer for your fruit and vegetable garden. So to begin with, we all know that soil has three really important jobs. It holds water, air, and nutrients for the plants and the organisms that live within the soil. And just as we need a variety of vitamins and minerals to have a healthy body, plants, especially our fruit and vegetable plants, need a variety of nutrients in order for them to thrive. So I just want to share with you some key macro and micronutrients that are really essential to have in your garden soil. So the first three are macronutrients, and they come from the periodic table of elements. And macro just means that they're needed in a larger amount. And those three big ones are, it's represented as N on the table for nitrogen, P for phosphorus, and K for potassium. I'm not quite sure why it's K. So those are the big three macronutrients. And then three others that I want to mention are actually micronutrients, and these are even sometimes called trace elements. And those are calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. So one of the best ways to get all of these nutrients, the ones listed and others as well, is actually to create a super healthy soil ecosystem by adding compost. And at school we have our vermicomposter, and what that does is it provides compost in the form of worm castings, and that really helps us get those three big ones, the three macronutrients. But if you do not have access to compost, there are still other tricks that you can use to add some really good nutrients to your own soil. So the first thing that I want to mention is actually eggshells. So what you want to do, if you are a family that likes to eat eggs, hold on to your eggshells and let them dry out. Once they're dry, you can take a rolling pin, I meant to grab a rolling pin, and you can grind them down into these smaller pieces. And if you even want to go a step beyond, you could take those smaller pieces and stick them in the blender, and it becomes this really fine powder. So what you're going to do is once you have your small pieces or your powder, you're going to find the plants or the soil area that you want to add these nutrients to, and you're going to side dress the plants. So you're going to put them around the base of the plant. And then the next time that it rains or that you water your plants, the soil will have an opportunity to absorb that calcium into the soil and into the plant roots. And if you think about calcium for us, it really helps us to build strong bones, and it kind of does the same thing for plants. It really helps to build a strong structure. So that's one trick. Another trick is Epsom salt. And what Epsom salt, you can do the same thing. You can side dress your plants. You could just sprinkle the Epsom salt, or you could take a teaspoon and add it to your watering can and water your plant also at the base of the plant. And what that does is that adds magnesium, which helps with the production of chlorophyll, which helps with photosynthesis. So Epsom salt is number two. Two others I want to mention that aren't in the book, but something we do at home, is coffee grounds. So if you have anyone in your household who drinks coffee, save those coffee grounds, and you can side dress your plants with the grounds, and they add nitrogen to the soil, and then they also help aerate the soil, so they create a nice density that allows water to drain properly, because roots really don't like to be wet all the time, especially for fruit and vegetable plants. And the last thing, banana peels. So if you eat bananas, keep those peels, and what you want to do is really cut them up into small pieces. I'm talking like 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch pieces. You can side dress your plants, but make sure that you cover them up with soil, because if you don't, you will get a fruit fly situation. So that is it. Those are some tricks how you can add some key nutrients to your fruit and vegetable plants or to the soil and really create a healthy ecosystem. Thanks you guys for watching. I know it's not the same as being out in the garden, and if I can speak for all the volunteers, we really miss you guys. But I hope you have a great day. See you later. So while I was working in the garden, I noticed some aphids on this kale plant, and if you look really close, there are those white and gray dots, and aphids love plants within the Brassica family. So my plan is I'm gonna try and rinse them off with a hose, and then tonight we're gonna release some ladybugs and see if they can step in and help control the situation. First thing that we did is we waited until it's almost sundown, and then we wet all of our plants, because these ladybugs if you buy them in a container like this, are really, really thirsty. So we're just going to kind of distribute them all around our garden. Hopefully they quench their thirst, and hopefully they find some aphids to feed on. And these guys and their larvae should help us kind of take care of that situation. You got some, Ted?